So guys, there's an article on the boxing scene, and I advise you guys to go and have a read of it. And it's about Pacquiao and his options, and the fact that he still wants the Mayweather rematch. Listen, Pacquiao, for me, is always going to want that Mayweather rematch. There's so many things attached to it. You know, he wants to get that revenge. He's still bitter about that defeat. And a lot of you Pacquiao fans, a lot of you watch my video, still think that he beat Mayweather. Now, I'm not going to go into it that much, because if you're a Pacquiao fan, you're going to try making a reason why he beat. But I think 90% of the world, right, think that Mayweather won that fight. And even neutrals, you know, forget the US commentary, forget everything. I personally believe that Mayweather won that fight. I'm not going to change my stance. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I understand why Pacquiao wants that rematch. It's his, for Pacquiao, it's his biggest payday, right? Whereas for Spence and Porter and Garcia, them fighting Pacquiao is his biggest payday. Sorry, their biggest payday. For Pacquiao, it's not his biggest payday. His biggest payday comes with Mayweather. Pacquiao's coming towards the end of his career. So, of course, he wants the biggest purse possible. He wants the biggest payday possible. But I think he's not going to get that. You know, Mayweather, to me, doesn't seem interested in fighting Pac-Man. I just don't think he's interested. Whether you guys think he's afraid, he's already fought him. He's got the win over him. So, in history, right, he's got the win. Right, so Mayweather doesn't have to fight Pacquiao again. That's just if he wants to make a few more quid, which we know Mayweather's not short of. He's got a lot of money. He can come back and he can rob the bank again, like he says, and you know, make a shed load of money again. But in my opinion, I think Pacquiao should now look at these younger guys and look to carve out his legacy. Because one thing I will say, if Pacquiao beats Spence, right? And Algieri touched on it in his interview. He said that he feels that if Pacquiao beats Spence, he still wouldn't be greater than Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather fought him and beat him. That's a good point. But I still think you have to make a case for Manny Pacquiao being greater than Floyd Mayweather if he beats Errol Spence. Because I think if Mayweather was to come back and fight Spence now, I think I would pick Spence to win that fight. If Pacquiao was to beat Errol Spence right now, with how good Spence is looking and people thinking he's the best welterweight in the world, you have to say that Pacquiao, in my opinion, will be fighting maybe 2 generations after his time, and he's beating the top guy. You'd have to say, you know, Pacquiao, in my opinion, would probably have a greater legacy than even Floyd. Yes, they fought and Floyd won, but in terms of what Pacquiao's achieved as a whole, I think you'd probably have to say, because Mayweather's not beaten any fighter of this era currently. Yeah, he beat Canelo, but Mayweather was still 35. He was still, you know, still decent. But for Pacquiao at the age of 40 to beat a guy that's 28, 29, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. And then a guy that's at the top of his game that would be a lot bigger than Pacquiao. For me, you could definitely make a case for Pacquiao being a greater legend if he can pull off a win against Spence. But again, you know, that's a big shout. You know, Pacquiao beating Spence is not easy. It would be a very good fight, a 50-50 matchup. Maybe 60-40 in Spence's favour because of his youth and his energy at the minute, and his the fact that he thinks he's unbeatable right now. But Pacquiao definitely brings something to that fight. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think about Pacquiao still winning the Mayweather rematch. Do you think he should forget Mayweather and concentrate on the younger guys like Porter, Danny Garcia, Spence, Terence Crawford? You know, I actually believe that, you know, all of these guys will make Pacquiao good money. But I actually think a fight with Pacquiao and Khan, if Khan can pull off a win against Crawford, would be a huge payday for Pacquiao, more than all of these guys. Because I think Khan has that name and Pacquiao has that star power where they could do it in Asia somewhere, and I think they could generate a lot of money. But that's just my take on it. But yeah, guys, leave your thoughts. And guys, remember to please like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.